This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm excited about today's episode because it is one of our least requested topics of all time. Just kidding. It's Ahmed Johnson, and I'm just hopeful that you and I don't get injured recording it. But we are excited to be covering him today. Of course, talking about the Pearl River Plunge and all that entails. Mr. Tony Norris was born on June 6th, 1963. So as you and I are recording, he's celebrating a birthday there in Lake Alfred, Florida. He's a high school athlete, finds his way to the University of Tennessee. He's playing football there. And it's been reported that he was a member of the Dallas Cowboys for the 90-91 season, but in all my research, I couldn't find anything about that. Do you know about this story that Ahmed allegedly, maybe he was on the practice squad. Did you hear about Ahmed and the Cowboys?
I can't say that I ever have there, Conrad. Don't know that I ever heard that one. Maybe there was another Tony Norris that played football somewhere.
Supposedly, before joining pro wrestling, he's briefly a trainer of Wild Tigers, which feels like an uncut extra or whatever from the Tiger King saga last year. Have you heard about this? He trained Wild Tigers.
Well, I didn't know Tony that well. I didn't know that he was a damn Dallas Cowboy Tiger training sumbitch.
I mean, this seems a little bit like those fantastical Manny Fernandez stories, does it not?
Man, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to ask if he played for the Miami Dolphins at any point in his career.
Eventually, he's trained by Scott Casey, Ivan Putski, and Skandar Akbar alongside Booker T and Stevie Ray. Of course, we know they're going to go on to be Harlem Heat. And this is all happening in Houston, Texas. So when do you first hear about Tony Norris? Because that's your old stomping ground right there.
Yeah, I was gone by that time. Ivan Putski had started his school, if you will, in a little, what was it? Texas Wrestling Association or something like that, the TWA or some kind of thingy. And I knew about Super Collider and G.I. Bro, which was Booker and Stevie. And I'd seen them. Then, of course, when they went to Global Force Wrestling,
Global
Wrestling Federation. It's the GWF, not the GFW. The GWF. Boy, see, you started me with the dig, and now I'm going down that damn Memphis road. But I didn't know of Tony. I saw him on TV for Global as Moadib. And big, impressive son of a bitch, man, had a great look. But Tony really didn't come on our radar until Michael Hayes came aboard. And Michael Hayes, I think, had worked with Tony in Dallas a little bit and was singing his praises and saying this is a guy that we should take a look at.
What is Moadib?
Moadib?
Yeah.
What is a Moadib?
Well, I don't know. Is that a profession gimmick and I'm not familiar with it, or is it just like a dude's name or whatever?
Oh, that's what he worked as in Global.
No, I got that, but I'm saying, like we've had like Isaac Yankem DDS. So we also had like a GI Bro and a Super Collider, right? So I don't think Mr. Collider went to school and they took like, roll call in the morning. Collider, Super. Is Mr. Collider here?
Yeah. Well, no, Mr. Collider was Stevie Ray.
Right. I'm with you, but I'm saying Moadib.
Moadib was, I think, Sabu's big brother.
There we go.
He wore the big fluffy pants and stuff like that.
So here's the thing. When you see this guy, you've got to be impressed. He's what, like 6'2", 6'3", 300 pounds, jacked. I can only imagine, Vince McMahon takes one look at him. Goddamn, pal.
Oh, man. The thing about Ahmed oozed charisma.
Right.
He had a look, but he had a presence. When you look at a room full of people, Ahmed was going to stand out. Just standing there not doing anything because he had a presence. He owned the space he was within. He looks like somebody, and it was an impressive sight to behold, I tell you.
So what's your first impression of him besides, hey, he has charisma, he's big. What'd you think of his work? Is he just understandably still figuring it out?
Well, from the stuff that I saw in Global, yeah, it was a little rough, and he was new, so you looked at him and you've got to put that barometer on it and say he still needs some time, and he's got to learn. And admittedly, everybody saw that. However, there was a ton of raw talent underneath all of that I think everybody agreed the potential of Ahmed was limitless.
So let's talk about what's next for him. He's going to be programmed with Dean Douglas for an upcoming In Your House. And the rumor and innuendo at the time was Ahmed was going to work with King Kong Bundy to get over on another big man. But with Shane Douglas wanting out of the company, the decision is made to have Ahmed beating him on the way out. Is that the way you remember it? That originally the plan was Bundy, but when Douglas sort of gives his notice, we adjust course?
You're killing the business, Bundy. Every time you cash a check, you're stealing money, Bundy. I don't. I really don't. I know that Ahmed coming in, that, yeah, we were looking to do a lot of things with Ahmed, and you put him with top guys and top programs. So specifically remembering he was going to work with Bundy? No, I sure don't remember that at all.
So Ahmed's going to make his Raw in-ring debut and defeat Jake Steele with the Pearl River Plunge. Do you know who would have helped name that and whose idea this was for a finish?
The Pearl River, I believe, was something that, in discussions with Ahmed back and forth, and I do believe that Bill Watts was involved in this, was just something in telling his story. And believe it or not, Roots was one of the, I guess, resources used that Ahmed was very passionate about. And it all just came up. Where's it going to come from? Pearl River, Mississippi. And that's why we came up with the Pearl River Plunge. I don't know if it was Watts that named it or Michael Hayes. But you take this fucking sit-out power bomb that he does, and you give it his own name so that it is identifiable with Ahmed.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.